Well, good morning. Here it is. We've made it to Friday, and today, of course, is the first day of September. We generally kind of start thinking. Of course, this weekend is Labor Day, and so we start kind of looking. That fall is not too far behind, although you wouldn't know it by the weather, because it's going to get pretty hot this weekend. But anyway, hope you had a good Thursday. Hope that you're able to kind of work toward winding down this week and getting things done. But anyway, we've got today to hopefully maybe finish up some things, and then hopefully get on to enjoying the weekend. This morning I want to bring a devotion to you, share with you one entitled Accustomed to the Dark. In John chapter 3, verse 19, it says, "And the judgment is based on this fact. God's light came into the world, but people loved the darkness more than the light, for their actions were evil." English cleric William Farrar, he wrote this. He said, I am only one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. What I can do, I ought to do, and what I ought to do, by the grace of God, I will do. So So we have to ask the question: what can one person do? Well, in situations, one person can do a lot. The Bible tells the story of a woman who saved a nation. Her name was Esther. Esther, she may not have been the first woman people would have imagined for this assignment. I mean, after she won a beauty contest, she became queen of the Medo-Persian Empire. And in that position of influence, Esther, who was Jewish, she discovered that her people faced a serious threat. There was a wicked man by the name of Haman, and Haman had devised a plot to, exterminate every Jewish person, in the empire. Esther, she considered appealing to King Xerxes on behalf of her people, but by doing so, she would be risking her own life. You see, the king, he could have her executed for just approaching him without his invitation. But her cousin Mordecai sent her a message which said this in Esther chapter 4, verses 13 and 14. He said, "Don't think for a moment that because you're in the palace, you will escape when all other Jews are killed. If you keep quiet at a time like this, deliverance and relief for the Jews will arise from some other place, but you and your relatives will die. Who knows if perhaps you were made queen for just such a time as this." See, in other words, he was saying, Esther, God doesn't depend solely on you, but he can use you in a powerful way. Will you step up? And so Esther did. And so as a result, the Jewish people, they survived. You see, one person did make a difference. You see, you too make a difference. Yeah, so make the decision, to be the godly representative that Jesus has called you to be. Jesus said in Matthew 5:14, "You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden." We live in a dark world. Our world is getting darker by the day, and we live in this world where people, they're comfortable in darkness. They've become accustomed to the dark. But a little light, can go a long way. After the capture of the Bastille in France in 1789, a story emerged about a prisoner who had been confined to a dark, dingy dungeon for years. And when he was released and led outside into the Paris sunlight, he begged to return to the prison. His eyes could not endure the sun's brightness. And so his only desire was to die in the very darkness where he had been captive. And this is how a lot of people are today. I mean, they live in darkness and they are comfortable there. But you see, the Bible says that when we come to Christ, in Acts 26:18 says, we turn from darkness to light and from the power of Satan to God. You see, we need to shine the light of Jesus Christ in our dark world in which we're living in. You see, we must take seriously and seek to make a difference, in our culture, wherever we go, whenever we can, whenever God gives us that opportunity. Listen, you make a difference. If you're a believer in Jesus Christ, you can make a difference. You have a strategic and important part to play. God has made each one of us with an important part to play. Sometimes it's just figuring out what it is, but simply put, we're to be the light that shines in this dark world. And so I hope that encourages you here on this Friday morning. I hope you have a wonderful day and have a wonderful weekend. And as always on Friday, I'd like to tell you, if you find yourself close to Hydro on Sunday morning and you don't have a place to worship, come join us. We'd love for you to join us at Hydro First Baptist Church and worship with us. Anyway, remember, Angie and I, we love you guys, and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you soon. God bless you.